Hi there, and welcome to another edition of What's the Word? We're right in the middle of Royal Ascot, and we've got a cracking panel for you this afternoon. We've got Shane Mann from our sponsors, Ladbrokes. We've got Brian Sheeran joining us here in midfield, and Johnny Ward beside me as well, as per usual. How you doing? You alright?
All good, yeah.
All
good.
good. Yeah.
Could do with the winner.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Bad
week.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, tough enough. Zero bad. Antivo's is a killer. Didn't fancy didn't fancy Argentina at all against Croatia, and just ended up not betting on the game at all.
Yeah.
And made a few mistakes this week, but plenty of time to lose more money.
Plenty of time. Okay. I'm just looking into what's sort of going on in the world at the moment. Can you floss, Johnny?
I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to do it live on air, do you reckon?
Wouldn't see the reason for that.
Okie doke. I don't think you know what I'm talking about. Can you do floss dance?
I know what you're talking about, but I'm the type of fella who'd be at a bar at a wedding. You wouldn't drag me up for dancing or love no money.
Shane?
Oh, I can, yeah.
Yeah? Go on then.
Absolutely.
Well, go on, do it.
Give me one.
What? Absolutely. Anyway, in touch with the cool kids. Who's the coolest person in racing then? Because the kids are all doing this floss dance. Have you not seen it? Seriously?
No, but the coolest person has to be Pat Smullen in fairness. I couldn't get over it this morning. There was a photo of him on a horse taken by Lee Roach. Pat's not actually that cool really, because he likes tractors and stuff, but he's just a dude, isn't he?
That was one of the nicest moments of the week.
It really was.
Lee Roach's Twitter. It was
absolutely inspiring. So yeah, I'll give it to Pat.
Okay, who's the coolest person in racing?
Yeah, I'd agree with that. But Bob Baffert, any man who can make white hair look cool.
And a Mac. And one of those ponchos, those folded ponchos.
He's pretty cool. He's pretty cool.
What about you, Shade? Who do you think is the coolest person in racing?
I was going to say the own Rich Ritchie, and just the way he dresses, the shades. I mean, it could be the most overcast, darkest day of the year in winter at Naas, and he'd still have those shades on. Just inspirational. Yeah.
Anyway, you're all wrong. It's John Franklin. Right, just a reminder as well, we got to look forward to that action at Ascot. You're talking about your week. Could you describe it in emojis, Johnny?
Shotgun emoji. You know the way they replaced that with
they replaced it with a water pistol, I think.
That's really annoyed me. It's the emoji that I found most solace in.
It's a bit harsh, no, on yourself?
That'd be kind of one of them ones.
Oh, okay. Do you have an incident with a dog or something as well?
Oh yeah, dog attacked me. I was like, he must have been doing his brains as well, because he was out of control, and his owner was kind of.
Who, you or him?
Both.
Oh, okay.
Well, I was actually just looking at him, kind of. What am I supposed? He was very small, and his owner was just kind of taking it all in.
Oh right,
Wasn't really. Then he just kind of said, "Oh, sorry about that." There you are. But he went straight for my ankles. Could have had rabies or anything for all I know. Yeah.
Your week in emojis, Brian?
I was going to say the poo emoji.
Oh dear.
But I'll be using
that one.
I'll be using the rocket emoji later on today, because I think Sioux Nation might get it all back.
Okie doke. And you, Shane?
We're all in on that, aren't we, Sioux Nation?
I was going to say the one that just looks up to the heavens. That's pretty much
eye roll.
Yeah, the eye roll after every race nearly. So yeah.
I do like that one, all right. Yeah.
Let's move on to Ask It on Saturday. Actually, we'll do some quickfire Ask It questions. We'll actually do them quickfire this time, unlike last week. Right, will an Irish trainer win the Queen Alexandra? Johnny?
Yes.
Who?
I'm going to say Gordon Elliott, actually.
Will an Irish trainer win the Queen Alexandra?
Willie.
Willie
with Thomas Hobson, hopefully.
Okie doke. Give us one for the Wokingham, Shane.
One that I fancy during the week, who's going to run hopefully Gilgamish, and I'm actually I'll put up two, Victory Angel as well.
Okay,
16th.
It's the Wokingham, you're allowed to.
Yeah.
Brian, have a part of the Wokingham.
It's hard to get away from this dream field, but you'd
very short.
Some balls on you if you're going in on that. Mr. Lupton, I'd say. Speculative each way.
Mr. Lupton, speculative each way. And one for the Wokingham, Johnny?
All over Dreamfield.
All over Dreamfield.
4-1, very short.
Bigger balls than me.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's not go there. I'd pop up one drafted, actually. He's a stone load the last time around the UK. Harry Angel, good thing, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes or no, good thing, Harry Angel?
No.
Good thing, yes or no, Harry Angel?
Absolutely, and he's a cracking price, 11-4.
Good stuff. Speaking of bubbles been burst, Cracksman, what do you make of him? Donkey, yes or no?
I don't know. I thought it was very interesting that John Gosling was saying that he just...
Very cultish, look, his head turned. That
the fillies from the previous race were going back to the parade ring, and he kind of lost interest in racing. Well, I don't know, I thought it was consistent with his Epsom run. Absolutely consistent with the exact same thing, never really travelled. In Epsom he got the job done. Here he was beaten by a superior horse in a better race, but
preference for the softer underfoot conditions?
Possibly softer ground, but he's certainly shown limitations over sort of a mile and two on quickish ground anyway. Like
Do you not think the limitations were there, getting beaten in 2 derbies last year? No.
No, I think he improved since then. In fairness, I think maybe on yielding over 1.5 miles, he might be seen the best effect, or maybe on soft, but. I don't know. Maybe they're going to geld him the way things are going.
You're starting to talk about it. Mightn't be too bad over hurdles. Sounds like it's going to be the next.
He sounds like he will be gelded though.
Brian, what do you make of Cracksman?
Bit of headgear maybe. That's why he could be.
I don't think he's ungenuine though, is he? I think he's still.
His head wasn't in the game.
Yeah. Right, let's move on to some 2-year-olds. Then got 2 races to choose from. Windsor Castle to Chesham. Give us a 2-year-old for either of those, Shane.
I'm going to look ahead to the Windsor Castle Thomas race, which will be paying an extra place in as well, 4 places each way. Queen of Bermuda, this is probably the open heats of the 2-year-old races. Queen of Bermuda for William Haggis and James Dial. 6-1 at the moment, made all in its last 2 starts. It's had 1 run previously at Ascot as well when it was only touched off in debut. That'll do for me, Queen of Bermuda.
Brian?
I'm interested to see how this Cardini gets on for Aidan O'Brien. I don't think I could bring myself to back it, but even before this horse had run, he was giving it the old...
There was an interesting quote, wasn't there?
Yeah, we've a magician at home.
Yeah.
Now, he's been beaten. We all know that Aidan's come on a lot and, you know, the big stage might just suit him, but he's mildly interesting there in the Chesham.
Johnny?
Can't beat Natalie's Joy, surely, just on potential and that. I think Cardini looked limited enough. I wouldn't say it was the best Curragh maiden ever the last day. Natalie's Joy on pedigree would want a bit further. She by Luke de Vega, and she just looked like she needed the experience of Goodwood, and she bolted up. You know, Mark Johnson had, what did he, a first and a third maybe in the handicap yesterday.
And we all had a snigger.
I think Natalie's Joy will take a hell of a lot of beating. She looks very exciting.
13 to 8.
Yeah, I think that might be around the best price.
What's your moment of Royal Ascot so far?
Moment of Royal Ascot so far, probably Chang winning, just because, you know, Wesley Ward had a very frustrating, like his namesake, had a very frustrating start to the week, and just Joel Rosario never really went for the whip. And if you looked at the replay on the far side, it looked like he was, you know, being really cool and he was in control, but this filly was done about 10 yards after the line, and I don't know if it goes down as a good ride or a really bad ride, but it won anyway. And those who backed it, like, thinking they were getting 2s ended up getting 5s. Like, and it was one of those kind of mad ones.
Well, moment for you, Brian?
Settle for Bay, without a doubt.
Great moment.
Great training performance, and just for Billy Lee as well, he was a class act, and he deserved a big...
Shane, your moment?
Yeah, settle for Bay as well, Tom. From a personal point of view as well, I had a few going on each way, and fantastic for connections.
Disgraceful pocket talking there. Sir Michael Stout. Sir Michael Stout and his record-breaking win, immediately paying tribute to Henry Cecil, is obviously a magical moment here. Right, on to the Diamond Jubilee, 6 rounds ahead of them. You think this favourite is a really good price?
I do, Tom. Yeah, 11 to 4 currently is Harry Angel. Merchant Navy 7 to 2. Redkirk Warrior 4 to 1. The Tin Man 15 to 2. Bound for Nowhere 10s. City Light and Labrisa Breeze 12 to 1. 25 to 1 bar.
Can you see past Harry Angel?
Not really. It is a fascinating race, in fairness. I think by far the most interesting race on the day. I just liked his comeback run a lot. Now, I do like Merchant Navy. I think he'll probably come on a lot from the Curragh, and his stablemate will probably do the same sort of a job, Spirit of Valour, try to make the pace for him. But I think Harry Angel's, he's a very, very good sprinter, and I can't really see beyond him. And the mad thing about this race is the Aussie form of Redkirk Warrior tying in with Merchant Navy. Aidan has had very few good sprinters. You know when you look back to years. Like very
not
really
few. His though. The ones were imported.
Yeah. No, same again here. Like,
well,
you know,
unless you go back to like Mozart and Stravinsky and those. But
that's going back one cool cast like went down that route and wasn't much good. But Merchant Navy's by Fastnet Rock, who wouldn't really be an obvious sprinting influence. The horse that was third in the Ascot Gold Cup yesterday, Torsador. But they could do with a good sprinter, just for, you know, because he's so reliant on Galileo.
Well, this fella has been retired after this.
Yeah. In fairness, he's by their own stallion, but fascinating race. But I'm with Harry Angel. I really like him.
With or against Harry Angel? Can you see past
There's nothing wrong with the Tin Man's reappearance. Now, this is a much better race this year. So,
well, you look at the third from the Commonwealth Cup last year has gone on to go and win the King's Stand, and now you got the.
No, but I'm all over Merchant Navy. I think he's
all over Merchant Navy.
I know he's a lot to do there at the weights with Redkirk Warrior, but the improvement, like he was very weak in the betting in the Greenland, so the improvement should be there.
So there is one slight negative with Harry Angel. He's not from forward Ascot. That would be a slight concern. But you can make a couple of excuses.
You could counter by saying he might actually be better this year as well.
Yeah,
He might actually be
yeah.
going into a sprinter. Sprinters can, you know, his
better
RPR
stage.
would have been the best on his return, and
Like his second in that Commonwealth Cup last year is outstanding
the best form in the context of the
like,
race. Like.
absolutely outstanding
Yeah.
form. So, I mean,
Yeah.
trends in that, you know.
I think he's a good
You-
thing.
you
11
know.
to 4 is a great price as well, I think, at the moment.
The Hardwick sure price favourite here for record-breaking trainers Michael State.
Yeah, short field here. Tom Crystal Ocean 2-1 on. Bersanti 11-2. Idaho last year's winner 13-2. Cliffs of Moher 8-1. Ran of course during the week already, and Red Verdon 33s.
Gone by, Brian, is he?
It's a strange one that they're running Cliffs of Moher again. Motor. Look, I've nothing really to add here. Crystal Ocean should win, shouldn't he?
Yeah. Can you give even Idaho a chance against Crystal Ocean here?
Can you name Idaho's brother who won this
Highland
week?
Reel. Oh, what?
Or is it Idaho's brother?
Idaho's full brother's Highland Reel, and then the maiden won.
Maybe it's not. Iniesta is the horse. He won a hurdle race in Stratford or something
Actually,
like
yeah,
that.
no, he is, yeah.
He was trained by Willie Mullins, was it? The same Iniesta?
I don't think so. I think he was with Aiden. But
A disgrace to the great name, by the way. But anyway,
Yeah.
move on.
Iniesta looks like he might have to take over the mantle of veterans in the tournament now after Messi's after Argentina's terrible performance. But the favourite at 1-2 probably isn't a bad bet here. He's by Sea the Stars and he's trained by Sir Michael South, so everything is
Just one
suggesting
question on that.
get better with age.
Aidan has a couple in here. Ryan Moore is teaming up with Crystal Ocean.
Yeah, I think the range of it is probably
probably,
such that he doesn't. He's barely ridden for a British trainer all week. I'm not even sure he's ridden for one so far. I was looking at this. He's ridden for Willie and obviously Aiden.
Yeah.
Off the top
not
of my
many.
head.
Not many. if
I
he
was
has.
really annoyed because he went out to like threes for top jockey after first day because Frankie the treble.
I looked at that myself.
Yeah, or 100 to 30 even, and it was like it's a long week, you know. And even
Yeah.
today, Aiden has a dozen runners and John Gosling has 6, or if not even 5 actually. So I think Ryan will win it, but he obviously was helped by Cracksman not winning. But
In play angle there.
yeah, but I just it's probably a race for the favourite to lose this, really, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Right, well, as well as Royal Ascot, we're going to move on to a bit of World Cup action. World Cup highlights so far for you, Shane?
It's incredible to think there's been a penalty in nearly every game, Tom. VAR has, I actually thought that it wouldn't have such an influence, but it has had an unbelievable influence in every game thus far. I mean, if you were backing a penalty in each game, I think it's around about 7-4, 2-1 territory, you'd be quids in. In terms of potential winners, France maybe at the moment, but a lot of big teams have underperformed. We're still early on. A lot of teams have to play their second matches in the group, but potentially France, I think, at this stage for me.
Who's your World Cup highlight and who wins, Brian?
My highlight so far, away from the obvious, was well, obviously Ronaldo's free kick was class, but Milad Mohammadi.
Yeah.
Did you see his throw for Iran?
Yeah.
Rory Delap style, last minute, need a winner, and this lad tries a somersault of all things. Didn't go well.
Plenty of gifts made out of that after as well.
Made
that was
for it.
funny,
And who
yeah.
wins?
Who wins? Well, I don't know. I backed Brazil and before this,
Okay,
but it's
okay.
not looking as. Hopefully they warm up today.
Okay, doke. And Johnny, your highlight and who wins the World Cup?
France for the winner. I think it's been a bit underwhelming so far, really. You know, no team has been really impressive.
No.
So the highlight, maybe the goal by Modric actually last night was class. But just on the VAR, like I think it's going well, but I've seen 3 or 4 penalties that probably should have been given and didn't even go to VAR. And then you've the case in the Australia game where they gave a penalty for what wasn't a handball. There was no intent at all. And the VAR goes to ref and he gives a handball and you're like...
The handball in the France-Australia match.
Yeah.
No,
That's
in
a yellow
the-
card in Spain
In the
all day long,
Australia...
Oh, sorry. The other one, yeah.
Denmark game.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not a handball. Like, you know, the rules of the game, it has to be intent or his hands weren't even in a really unnatural position, but he gave it and I'm actually speaking through my pocket.
Yeah, it sounds a little bit like
In any
that.
event,
Go on,
it
give us a
wasn't
World
So-
Cup bet for the weekend then, while your pocket's talking.
World Cup bet for the weekend. I'll give you a Gaelic Games bet.
Yeah,
Is
go
that
for it,
all
yeah,
right?
sure.
Kerry to win the All-Ireland at 9-2.
Okay. World Cup bet for the weekend.
Belgium to beat Tunisia, who look very average.
Shane?
Belgium -1, sorry.
Belgium -1, yeah. Shane gives a World Cup bet for the weekend.
Germany, half-time, full-time, they're shade of odds against 7-5 against Sweden, who I think are very poor, and Germany will come on for that game against Mexico, where they were unlucky not to get at least a point.
Good stuff. Right, let's move on to our best bets of the weekend. Going to get some multiples as well. Of course, Ladbrokes going best odds guaranteed in those multiples in shops from 12 until 2 every day. So Shane, best bet of the weekend and a multiple, crack on.
Best bet of the weekend is Harry Angel, Tom. in the Diamond Jubilee, 11-4 currently, and I'm going to put up one in the walking where we'll be paying an extra couple of places in that race, two Gilgamish in that race, and then finally I'm going to go with Crystal Ocean as the banker at 1-2.
Good stuff.
I'm going to say the best bet of the weekend. I'm going to keep it simple. Thomas Hobson, and you want a multiple. I'm told by guys who know an awful lot more about GA than me that Clare -2 at even money against Offaly.
Where did you do that? Okay, go on, yeah.
Yeah, well, picking it up off the street, I was told. So Clare -2, Belgium -1, Thomas Hobson in a treble.
Johnny, best bet?
Dreamfield, best bet. I'll give Palisator in the treble. I think he'd run very well. I think Thomas Hobson might be short enough, and Harry Angel.
Tom, just one more in the GAA. Donegal against Fermanagh Ulster final this weekend. Under total points is currently 32.5. That might be pushed out by a couple of points, but at 10-11, going to be a very, very low scoring game. Donegal Fermanagh under points.
Okay. My best bets are good. Harry Angel, Nap, Sigurd undrafted in the Wokingham, and Palisator in the Queen Alexandra as well. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hopefully giving you a few winners, and we'll be back again next week for more.